but you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal.
Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back. I am your humble host, Taylor Coleman. I'm the CEO, lead writer, director, and producer at Crystal Ignition LLC. We are a small independent film and video production company located in Jacksonville, Florida. And on this channel, we talk filmmaking and gaming. So if that interests you, hit the subscribe button and click that bell icon so you can get notified whenever we post. We talk filmmaking, gaming on this channel. We also have reaction videos, and we recently crossed the 50 subscriber threshold. So I am super excited about that. Thank you all so much again to everyone that subscribes and watches this content. And I am really looking forward to continuing to grow this little community and this little channel. So consider helping us out. It costs you nothing, helps the channel, and we have some really interesting discussions in these videos. So today we're going to be talking about a Variety article that you may or may not have came across during the time of this video's release, and it was a comment by Jerry Seinfeld. And the title of this article is Jerry Seinfeld says the movie business is over and film doesn't occupy the pinnacle in the cultural hierarchy anymore. Disorientation replaced it. So I read the article, checked it out, and the gist of his argument is that a lot of people in his personal and professional life feel as though something is off. He himself says that he makes more money doing his comedy and doing other things rather than movies. And a lot of the comments on places like Reddit, Twitter, X, whatever he's calling it now, people saying that they're noticing that Generation Z, Generation Alpha, I am Generation Z, they don't have the same attention span as older generations. They don't seem to really care about movies, and they're more worried about things like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, YouTube, Twitch, other forms of content. So, like Mr. Seinfeld, a lot of people feel as though this is going to usher in the destruction of cinema. So, I'm going to weigh in, and what do I think? Do I think the film business is dying? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not think the film business is dying at all, and I'm going to give you an example that hopefully will kind of put into perspective what I'm thinking. So I'm going to remind you all again that I have 2 undergraduate degrees in film, going on 3. So I have spent a ludicrous amount of time studying the transformations that have taken place in the film industry. So for the sake of this video, let's take a minute to talk about the Indiewood boom. So for my younger audience that doesn't know at all what I'm talking about, this was a period that began in the late 80s through the 90s, and it is most notable for filmmakers like Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez. Quentin Tarantino with his film Reservoir Dogs, and Robert Rodriguez with El Mariachi, a film that he made for $7,000. So what happened was, essentially, back in those days, the idea was that you could not make a movie if you did not have $1 million or $100,000 minimum. That was always kind of bunk, but here with Tarantino and Rodriguez, they truly proved that this was not the case, that you could get together a little bit of money. And I'm not totally sure of how much Mr. Tarantino spent on his film, but I do know Robert Rodriguez, he was able to make a really good movie for only $7,000. So major Hollywood studios, they noticed this, and they started to produce Indiewood films. These were films that were not quite big budget Hollywood films, but they also were not these little scrappy, like kind of thrown together short independent movies. These were films that were in the middle, and this kind of came to a head in the most notable films that you can kind of think about to get an idea of what I'm talking about would be Juno from 2007 and Babel from 2006, which is actually a film I studied in undergrad. So, long story short, they make these Indiewood movies, and they start to push them into places where independent filmmakers and their films congregate. So the rise of Netflix, the rise of Hulu, you start to see mainstream Hollywood films infiltrate these places. And these Indiewood films were kind of the tip of the spear, the first films that kind of did that. So, long story short, the industry is constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. There are always going to be all kinds of different shifts in the way people watch films, in the types of films that people like to watch. We see this in history with silent films to talkie films, black and white films to color films, and, different factors that influence the way those films are made, such as war, political, economic factors that shape the way we watch cinema. So the point I'm trying to make is that it is very, very early to sit here and say that the movie business is dying. It's not dying. It is transforming. Box office scores do not tell the whole story because we have streaming. You have DVD, Blu-ray. So that's kind of my point of view. I don't think it's dying. I think it's transforming, and we're going to have to just see how that resolves. So, yeah, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Do you think that film in the film business is dying, or do you think that something else is occurring? Keep it respectful. Not trying to start any arguments, that sort of thing. But let me know how you feel about this article and about this topic. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, dislike it. It's totally up to you. If there are any other articles or any other topics you'd like me to discuss in a video like this, let me know in the comment section below. As long as it will not get me thrown off of YouTube, I will more than likely check it out and give you my opinion. And yeah. Have a good day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.